Hello my friends, and welcome to Paulina Art. Today we're going to be painting these pretty fall apples. I'm going to attach a link on the description box below, and you can download my pattern for free. For this painting, I'm using the Marte acrylic set. I did a review on this set. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to attach a link on the description box below with my review and swatches. This is not a sponsor video. I purchased the Marte acrylic paint set myself, and I really like them. I think they work really well and they are very affordable. If you would like to see how I painted these pretty fall apples, stay with me and let's paint together. Today I'm working on 11 by 14 acrylic paper, and I have already done my background. Today I'm using the Marte acrylic paint set. I did a review. I'm going to link below if you haven't seen it yet. And for the background, I use raw sienna and purple. I've already done my pattern. And what I'm going to do to transfer it into my surface, I'm going to use white chalk. This is how I want my pattern. So I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to go over the drawing with white chalk, just around the edges of the drawing. And once this is done, I'm going to turn it around and trace it as I would normally do it. Okay, I have traced the back of my pattern with the white chalk. I turn it around and I'm going to place it where I want my apples to be. I'm going to secure it in place with some painter's tape, and I'm just going to go ahead and trace my pattern as I normally would. And this is how it looks once my tracing is done. If it's too light, I can go over in a few areas. Using this method, you will never need carbon paper again. And the nice thing is, once you start painting, the chalk totally disappears. You will never see trace lines with this system. The background is a little crazy, so I hope this composition is going to turn out good. I'm going to start with my angle brush Midin number 6. I'm picking up a small amount of blending gel and I'm going to get it in my brush and remove the excess. I have some brown on the heel and yellow on the toe of my brush. And I also added some white at the tip and some purple at the heel of the brush. I'm going to start doing the branches. Don't worry if you went over your apples. With a clean filbert brush and a little bit of water, we can go and clean them up a little bit. With this round brush, a number 6 round brush from the Mont brush set that I review. I'm going to leave a link on the description box below. I really like this brush for detailing. I'm going to pick up some purple and some brown, and I'm going to add more dimension to my branches. And I'm just adding some creative branches. I think it's going to make the painting more interesting. And I'm picking up some white with a bit of yellow and some brown. And I'm going to dab some in here too. Doesn't matter if it's messy. With a round brush, I'm going to pick up some white paint, and I'm going to paint my apples white. My apples are going to be bright red and oranges and yellows, so I want to make sure this dark color is not going to peek through. And while that dries, I'm going to start painting some of the leaves. I'm still using my Medin number 6 angle brush. I'm picking up some gel medium and some yellow at the toe and green at the heel of my brush. And I'm also picking up white with the yellow and purple with the green. And with the brush loaded this way, I'm going to start painting the top part of my leaves. Let's start with this one. And we'll do the top of this one too. And with the brush loaded with the colors on the opposite side of the brush, I'm going to do the other side of my leaf. Now I'm going to go ahead and paint all of my leaves this way with the lighter on the top and the darker at the bottom. Most of my leaves are done. There are lots of leaves in this painting. Now, once your leaves are dry, you can pick up a clean brush, a clean dry brush, and just sweep away the chalk marks because we don't need them anymore. Make sure your painting is dry when you do this. We're going to start painting the apples, and I have a real life model here, and I want my apples to have these beautiful colors. I have now switched to a Medin number 7 angle brush. I'm going to pick up just a little tad of gel medium. And I have this pretty bright red, and then I'm going to pick up some yellow. And I added a little bit of white with the yellow. And I'm going to see if these colors will work. I'm going to do the other side of my apple. Now I'm going to try to do this area of my apple. We're going to do the other apples the same way. And this is just our first layer, so don't worry too much. With a damp Q-tip, I'm going to add a little bit of light on my apple. I'm going to pick up some green and some raw sienna, and I'm going to create this color. And with this color, I'm going to do this part of the apple. And I'm going to pick up some green, and I'm going to add some detail in here. Doing a bit of a star. And I'm going to add a little bit of black. I've switched again to my MIDI number 6, and I have some blending gel. And I'm going to pick up some red just on the tip of the brush. And with this, I'm going to do a little bit of floating on my apples. I'm just touching up some of the edges, make them more vibrant. I'm going to add some brightness on my apples. With a little bit of yellow and white. I'm using this filbert brush. It's an old brush, so it leaves a little bit of those streaky lines that apples have. I'm going to pick up some white on my round brush with a fine point. And I'm going to add a little detail at the core here. Once you're happy with your apples, and don't worry if your apples are not perfect, because a painting is not about perfection, it's about to create an illusion. Enjoy your work, that's what painting is all about. And I am happy with my apples, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding the leaves on top of the apples. There's this one and that one. Okay, I'm going to start painting these leaves, and again I'm going to do the lighter part facing up. And I really like this Mont acrylic paint set. This is the second painting I do with this acrylics, and I think they perform really, really well, and they're very affordable. We're going to finish our painting by adding some small leaves, and I have the darker colors at the tip and the lighter at the heel of my brush. And all I'm going to do is press the brush and slide it. You can add these leaves anywhere you want to. Okay, my friends, our fall apples painting is done. The last thing I did is, with the same purple that I used for the background, I did a little bit of floating around the apples. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed painting it. This is going to be my last fall painting of the season. Stay tuned, because in October I'm going to bring you a few fun and spooky Halloween paintings. If you would like to support this channel, you can do so with a coffee. I'm going to leave a link below to my coffee page. If you like this video, please give it a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss any future content from me. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on the next one.